Hello, and welcome to this Easy Oven Omelet video as part of Perform's holiday newsletter. My name is Théa, and I'm a registered dietitian working at Concordia University's Perform Center. So just a brief overview for our little webinar today. We're going to look at the nutrition information for this recipe, a couple true or false questions, and then we'll see our Easy Oven Omelet recipe video. So you might have already seen our new food guide. This was released in 2019 after a review of evidence and consultations with the public. And the evidence found that a pattern of meals and snacks is more important than superfoods or diets or a focus on just one individual nutrient. A variety of foods can fit, with an emphasis on proportions rather than portions. Let's see how our easy oven omelet can work as a part of a balanced meal. With half the plate featuring vegetables and fruits, so here I have an orange, but it could be also a green vegetable, or a bright orange or red vegetable, and a quarter of the plate featuring whole grains. So here I have a whole grain blueberry muffin, but in other meals it could be a variety of these other grains that you see on the plate, and then the remaining quarter featuring our protein foods. So on any given meal, this could be legumes, nuts, fish, seafood, eggs, milk, yogurt, cheese, poultry, or red meat. Here I have 2 portions of my oven omelet and a cup of milk in my café au lait. If we can have meals that have these proportions of the 3 food groups and snacks that have 2 of the food groups, we're well on our way to meeting our needs for vitamins, minerals, and carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and dietary fiber. This seems like a really simple idea. However, some research has shown that just over 1 in 10 of Canadians are able to fill their plate with fruits and vegetables at every meal. Let's dig a little deeper into our nutrition facts for this recipe. First, we can consider the portion size. So here, this label is for 1/8 of the omelet. So if we cut the omelet into 8 pieces, we get 13 grams of protein and at least 2 eggs per piece of omelet. This also gives around 160 milligrams of calcium, which is 10% of what most of us need on a daily basis. However, as you see on the picture here, I had 2 pieces of omelet, and so then I get double the fun with 26 grams of protein and 320 milligrams of calcium, or 20% of my daily needs. If we take a closer look at protein recommendations per meal, as you see on the screen here, this can vary depending on your age, your current body composition, and your goals, and the type of protein source, meaning if it's coming from an animal like cheese, milk, or meats, or fish, or if it's plant-based like legumes or nuts. In general, for those who are younger, who are looking to maintain and build muscle, there are recommendations to have between 20 and 25 grams per meal, plus snacks. And for those who are older, to have 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal, and containing around 2.5 to 2.8 grams of the amino acid leucine. This is a building block found in proteins. I did the calculations, and having 1 portion of this omelet, along with an orange, a muffin, and a café au lait featuring 1 cup of milk, provides around 2.2 grams of leucine, while having 2 portions of omelet, along with the other items, gives around 3.4 grams of leucine. The cost for this recipe is $7.18, and each portion is around 90 cents or $1.20, depending on if you're cutting it in 6 pieces or 8 pieces. So it's not that bad considering you'll pay much more than this at a restaurant. So you can have a lot of versatility with this recipe. You can add other vegetables like black olives, artichokes, spinach. You can add different protein sources like grated cheese, yogurt, Greek yogurt, kefir, sour cream, and milk interchangeably can be used. To boost protein and reduce fat, I chose to put half yogurt and half milk in the recipe text rather than sour cream. But in the video, I used 2% Greek yogurt entirely. The oven omelet can be served with a whole grain bread or muffin and some fruit to complete the balanced plate. So here we have our ingredients: the canola oil to just grease the casserole, 10 eggs, yogurt and milk in half and half, or you can just combine the amount as I did in the video to use 1 cup of Greek yogurt, and then some salt, some dry basil, some no salt seasoning, and our vegetables are a small onion, green onions, and a red pepper. A quick question for you. Omelets have their origins in many countries, including Persia, Japan, and France. This is true. The earliest omelets are believed to have originated in ancient Persia. They're also a well-known food in Japan and have historically been linked to Napoleon Bonaparte from France. Second question. Greek yogurt is made by straining regular yogurt. This also is true. By straining off the liquid whey, there can be less of the natural milk sugar called lactose in Greek yogurt. After the straining, the whey liquid is removed and the protein that was there in the original yogurt volume, so say for example, you had 2 cups of regular yogurt, now you've removed 1 cup of the whey liquid and you just have 1 remaining cup of strained yogurt that's left behind. So this doubles the concentration of protein in the strained yogurt. So now we'll take a look at our recipe video. Okay, so first we need to gather all the ingredients and equipment we will need: eggs, Greek yogurt, veggies to chop, spices and seasoning, and some oil to coat our baking dish. We have a bowl, a whisk, and some measuring utensils in our baking dish. I made a few modifications from the recipe. Instead of a half a cup of yogurt and milk, I combined the amounts to add 1 cup of 2% Greek yogurt because I had this to use and I wanted to boost protein. I also used 3 small shallots instead of 1 small onion. Next, we can start by taking out the core of the red pepper and cutting off the ends of the shallots and green onions. We can put this in our compost bowl. I'm going to make a small vertical cut on each shallot so that I can remove the outer layer. I will cut each shallot and the red pepper in half and turn them to place the flat side on my cutting board so I can continue slicing and dicing. I cut the green onions and red pepper using the same motion with my knife, keeping the tip on the board, moving up and down like a lever to avoid slipping and cutting myself. With clean, washed hands, I grease my 8x8 baking dish with some canola oil and spread it well with my hands. Next, I crack my eggs into the mixing bowl and whisk well. I add the Greek yogurt, salt, now the salt, no salt seasoning, and dried basil. Mixing again. And I add in all the chopped veggies and mix well. We're going to add it to our greased baking dish. Then we'll add to the preheated oven. It's preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And set the timer for 40 minutes. Depending on your oven, it may need more time. So we'll check it by inserting a clean knife. Still needs a bit more time as the knife has some moisture. We'll check it again. Now the knife comes out clean. Can remove from the oven and let it set for a few minutes. Divide into portions. can serve it with other parts of our balanced plate. A whole grain muffin, some fresh fruit. So that's it for today. Happy holidays from Perform, Joyeuses Fêtes, and thank you. And here are my references and resources in case those are helpful. Take care.